Welcome. We are going to walk through solving the problem of number 13 on page 109 of your text, the Candy Bar Diet Program. Here is a description of the program. The Harris-Benedict equation estimates the number of calories your body needs to maintain your weight if you do not exercise. This is called your basal metabolic rate, or BMR, and corresponds to the number of calories required to keep yourself alive. The formula is different for females and males. For a female, the BMR is equivalent to 655 plus the quantity of 4.3 times weight in pounds plus 4.7 times the height minus 4.7 times the age. For a male, the formula is a little bit different. It is 66 plus the quantity 6.3 times the weight plus 12.9 times the height minus 6.8 times the age. Now, a typical chocolate candy bar has 230 calories. Our task is to write a program that invites the user to enter their gender as female or male, as well as their height, weight, and age. The program then should report the number of candy bars the individual can eat each day to maintain their weight. Now, I don't know about you, but this sounds like a great diet plan to me. So how should we approach this? We should set up an IPO and read through the problem description, first looking for the outputs. In the last paragraph, that tells us the program should report the number of candy bars the individual can eat each day to maintain their weight. So we'll record number of candy bars as our output. Now notice I'm already using camel case notation, and that's because I will use these names for the values inside the program. So our variable then could be number of candy bars. The next thing we should do is find the inputs. We see in the second sentence of the last paragraph that we are to ask the user to enter their gender as well as their height, weight, and age. So let's add those inputs. Now we need to determine the process. It's a good idea to examine the output versus the input and do any subtraction that we might be able to do here. We only have one required output, the number of candy bars. We will have to take these inputs and be sure that given the inputs of gender, height, weight, and age, we are able to produce the output required for the number of candy bars. We see that the formulas are based on the weight, the height, and the age. So it looks like we have those under control, and we have two different formulas, one for male and female. We would need to know the gender, and we have that as input. So it looks like we should be okay to figure out the number of candy bars, our output, based on the given inputs. So our process then will be to use the formula to calculate the BMR requirement, which would indicate the number of calories, and then we'll need to divide that by the number of calories in a chocolate bar to determine how many chocolate bars we could eat each day. So our process will be based on the gender, and we will calculate the BMR, and after we have the BMR, we will divide the BMR by the 230 calories for a typical chocolate bar. Okay, now we have a plan that we can use to code. We've identified the necessary inputs. We know, given the formula for BMR, that we can calculate the number of calories required per day, and then we can calculate the number of candy bars as the BMR divided by 230. We're ready to go. We'll use this to generate a programming solution. Happy designing and coding!